What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. It is Friday, December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. And there's not a lot going on right now. No fights coming up or anything, but there's always plenty to talk about. I actually have like 3 videos I thought about doing instead of jumping on stream because I have this like backlog of videos I've been wanting to do for the last 3 or 4 months. So there'll be some more videos coming out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe one video tomorrow, and then of course throughout next week. I mean, I basically never run out of video ideas at this point. So be on the lookout for that. I just put out a video about Marlon Vera versus Cory Sandhagen, which was announced for a February 18th fight night card. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. We're going to talk about the bantamweight division a little bit, which you guys know if you watch the live streams, I give you sneak peeks of video ideas. Something to do with the bantamweight division is a video that I'm going to do maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be out soon. It's going to be basically what's going to happen with the bantamweight division in 2023. Who's fighting for the title? What's the plan? Who's fighting each other? All this and that. It'll be out. It'll be out very, very soon. That's a video idea I've literally told you guys about on live stream for like a month now, because I feel like I know exactly what is going to happen with the bantamweight division. Let me actually check something real quick because I actually moved my camera earlier, and I want to make sure. Okay, it's good. It is good. Anyway, guys, I wanted to make sure of something. We're going to talk about a bunch of MMA stuff. It's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Appreciate you guys for joining me. I might do maybe I'll do a Christmas stream. Maybe I'll do a Christmas stream. We'll see. But here I am. We can talk about Vera versus Sandhagen. I hope you guys watched the Chris Curtis interview that just came out on the channel on Wednesday. So if you guys check that out, I appreciate you. If you haven't checked that out yet, I would highly recommend to do it. And let me know what you think. That was out 2 days ago. The Dagestani fighter video out 3 days ago. Paulo Costa video. Basically, anytime there's relevant MMA news, I have a video on it, ever. And it's not bullshit. You will never, ever on this channel see me bullshitting my way through a video just for the sake of making a video. That will never happen on this channel. If I don't have something relevant to talk about or something important to talk about, I'm not making a video on it, okay? So you guys can always trust that my videos, if it's something that's speculative, I'm obviously going to mention that in the very beginning. But yeah, if there's relevant news out there, 100% I will talk about it on this channel. So obviously, that's why you got to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. It's crazy to me that I've heard a couple people say, I get most of my MMA news from you, which is just mind-blowing to me. But you will never see me covering these bullshit fight announcements that come from these fake-ass Instagram and Twitter accounts that just throw shit at the wall and pray it sticks. When I'm speculative, I make it quite clear that I'm speculating 100%. But any relevant MMA news I'm always covering on the channel. Do me a favor, guys, if you have not already, like this stream. I would greatly appreciate it if you like this stream. It's Friday night, December 23rd. Would greatly appreciate it. If you got, and honestly, I'm surprised that many of you guys are just showing up to this random stream. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, it's almost Christmas, which is crazy to me. It's almost the end of the year, which is crazy to me. I'm actually quite mind blown, quite honestly. I'm quite mind blown that it's about to be 2023. The channel is about to be 2 years old. I mean, it's not about to be. In 4 months. In 4 months. I got to hold it more like that. In 4 months, the channel will be 2 years old. So I'm happy with what we've done in 2 years. We're at 6,472 subscribers, which is pretty damn good. And appreciate you guys. Throw some questions in the chat. And that's pretty much it. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Just a super casual stream. Just jumping on here for a little bit. I forgot who was asking me to do the stream. Who was it? Let me go take a look. You guys have Billy to thank. Billy was the one asking me to do a stream tonight. So if you guys want to thank someone, thank Billy. Okay? Jackson says Cheeto is going to get mauled. Dude, you got to stop using that expression. Mauled has to do with being out grappled and getting the shit beat out of you with ground and pound. Stop using mauled in the wrong sentences. Jacob says Cheeto wins by stoppage. For me, it's either Cheeto by stoppage or Cory Sandhagen by decision. Because Cheeto's super durable, but Cheeto doesn't have the most technical striking. He's kind of like he has some technical abilities, but he's kind of like a technical brawler. And he just finds these power shots and turns rounds around that he's losing. And somebody commented on my video, I guess they weren't paying attention or they're just a flat out idiot. Let me see if I can go find it real quick. Oh, of course, I don't have it up. I don't have YouTube Studio up. Yeah, somebody commented on my Cheeto video. Let me go read it to you guys. And it got 24 likes somehow. My response got more likes, but if you actually think Marlon was losing rounds to Font, you seriously need to reevaluate something. My goodness. This guy clearly doesn't remember the fight. And what I was saying is I was highlighting the power of Marlon Cheeto Vera. He would lose the majority of the rounds, then he would almost finish Rob Font at the end and steal the round. Which I responded, it's hard to even respond to such a delusional comment. Go rewatch the fight. Font was winning most rounds until Marlon would almost finish him at the end of each round. So I don't know why 24 people like that. Almost 30 people like my response to it. And I just don't get it. I flat out don't get it. If you don't remember that Font was winning the majority of that fight, but he still lost 4-1 in my opinion, I can't help you. But I just wanted to highlight that comment. I thought it was interesting. Let's see. Where are we at? But yeah, Cheeto wins by stoppage. I think if Cheeto does win, he wins by stoppage. But Sandhagen's never been finished by KO or TKO. Sandhagen's super elusive on the feet. He's got a hell of a chin. He's got great footwork, great head movement, great striking, super dynamic himself. I just see Cory Sandhagen winning that via I just see Sandhagen probably winning via decision, which was my early prediction within the video. Hey Joey, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Best shirt in the game. Appreciate you. Hey Joey, have you received your computer yet? No, I have not. It should be coming in the next 2 weeks. They said max it'll be 4 weeks, which would be like the first week of January. Cheeto by any means necessary. He'll go out there and damn sure try. I'll tell you that much. Cheeto won't lose for lack of trying. I can guarantee you that. What's up, Bitsy? Always hurts to see that shirt. Well, if you want one, the link is in the description. Go get one for yourself. Anthony says, what's up? I like the Chris Curtis interview. Appreciate you. Apex, not another year of them. Yeah, it's disturbing. It's straight up disturbing. One day you'll follow me back on IG. Yeah, I'm gonna see how long it takes, how many times you comment before we actually do it. Joey throwing Major League Heat. What did I say? What did I say, my friend? I'm not even sure what we're referring to. But I guess that's a compliment, so I appreciate you. What's up, Sam? Why don't you like Cheeto versus Sandhagen? I do like Cheeto versus Sandhagen, but I would have much preferred Sandhagen versus somebody else. Sean O'Malley, Cheeto Vera 2 should have been the fight. Should have been the fight. O'Malley's being stretchered out right to a title fight with no serious injuries and gifted decisions. That is true. That is true. UFC 284 is starting to look like similar to 243. Great headliner, solid co-main. Every other fight is good, but not a ton of high stakes. The second biggest name, Whitaker, is off the card. Yeah, it's looking garbage at this point. I agree with you. I might make a video on that as well, because the card's looking lackluster now, to be quite honest. Which UFC fighter has the best YouTube channel? I really don't know. I haven't watched many of them. I can't even think of one off the top of my head that has one. I mean, I know some of them have one, but I don't remember like recently watching any of them, so I can't say. Congrats on the success. Appreciate you. I think the Apex is dead. They shouldn't fight there anymore, especially not with stars like Cheeto and Sandhagen. They're going to, and I think they're going to continue for years to come. They realize they can put on lackluster events, save overhead cost, and still get their contractually obligated number of events for ESPN Plus. So, thanks, Billy. Yeah, Bert's dad thanking Billy. I saw a fake fight announcement from McGregor versus Seaver 2. People were questioning if it was real. Dude, there's nothing but dumb-ass fake MMA Twitters and fake dumb-ass MMA Instagrams, faking dumb ass fight announcements and people buy it. And I think it irks me even more now than it did back in the day, because now I get asked about these fake fight announcements over and over and over again. ESPN raised their pay-per-view price. They know Jones and Conor coming back. They can keep raising that stuff. Yeah, I thought about making a video on this as well. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen a couple of my tweets. I'll go read you a couple of them, what I had to say about it. But essentially, it's disturbing. I said, let's see, what did I say? What did I post on Twitter? If you don't follow me, go follow me on Twitter at MMAJoeyC. I said UFC pay-per-views are getting shittier and more expensive. I honestly believe the UFC is raising prices to make up for all the people who've stopped buying their shitty cards. And I really do believe that's what they're doing. The cards are getting shittier, less people are buying them, and so they're trying to make up for it in a price increase. They're trying to keep the same amount of revenue with less customers by raising the price. I also said, let me see what I said. There was another one I said. I'll pay $100 per UFC pay-per-view if they guarantee me no power slap advertisements during my viewing experience. That 100% would love that. Unbelievable. Back in January 2019, I could buy a UFC pay-per-view for $50. Now, 4 years later, it's $80. A price increase of 60% over 4 years is outright ridiculous. UFC 279 from early this year was barely worth $15. And that's basically all my takes. That's all my takes wrapped into one from those couple tweets. It's ridiculous. The cards are getting worse. The prices are getting more expensive. I've pretty much purchased like every event since probably, I'm trying to think. I mean, I've bought close to every event since, I'll say 2012, 2013. I used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch some of them. I know I haven't gone out and watched a pay-per-view since I bought my house, which I think I bought my house in 2018. So I've ordered every pay-per-view since 2018 for sure. I haven't missed one since 2018. I know people are saying you can easily watch it here for free and this and that. Sorry, now I'm losing my voice somehow. It ain't worth the reliability issues for me. Ain't worth it. But now we're looking at $80 plus tax, so it's going to be $85 for a pay-per-view. You got $10 a month for ESPN Plus. That goes to $95 per month just on a UFC pay-per-view. March of this year, they're having 2 pay-per-views. That's almost $200 on UFC in 1 month. It'll be a little under $200 because you only pay the monthly fee once, obviously. So the prices are getting high. They're putting on these shitty fight night cards at the Apex. They're spreading too thin at some points throughout the year. And, the fact that $279 was a regular cost pay-per-view was just, you guys saw me complain about it for literal months. What I think the UFC needs to do, and I'm no business expert, but I really think they could be successful with this and make more money. I think they should raise the cost of ESPN Plus with UFC pay-per-views. They could have a tier. Like ESPN Plus includes UFC pay-per-views. They should have like a $20 tier or a $25 tier that includes every single UFC pay-per-view for the year. And what happens is when you sign up, you have to commit to signing up for a couple months. And what I think would happen is so many more people would buy UFC pay-per-views and sign up for ESPN Plus that it would make up, the price decrease would make up in terms of volume. If you have, just for easy numbers, if you have 1,000 people buying at $100, or you have 1 million people buying at $1, there you go. What's the math there? You're making more money at a $1 price than a $100 price. So I think the $25 price would see so much a massive volume in purchases that you would make up the revenue. And I don't know if that's the exact price I would go with. I'm just throwing out numbers here. Maybe it's $30. But so many people would say, you know what? It's too convenient. It's too easy just to buy the ESPN bundle for $30. And you would have a massive increase in purchases that even though it was less than half the price, you would still make the same or more revenue while getting more eyeballs on the sport. So again, I don't know what the exact numbers would be, but I would love to see the UFC do something like that. You know, it would make, I mean, massive sense in my opinion. But it's disgusting that they're raising the pay-per-view over and over and over again. I'm honestly, quite frankly, getting tired of it. When Chris Curtis talked about how you could easily see the damage in Strickland and you can't see it in Jarrett, you didn't say nothing. What are you talking about? He never said that at all. He never said that at all. So you're straight up delusional. And I talked about how damage was and everything, and I also told him I scored the fight for Jarrett Cannonier. So you must not paid attention. I think that's an outright delusional take. He never even said. He just said that Strickland was landing more shots, and I told him that I thought Jarrett Cannonier was landing a lot of air, and I thought Strickland was hitting a lot of forearms. And I scored the fight for Cannonier, but I could have saw it go either way. So you're misrepresenting whatever you thought you heard or saw. So, and we talked about it for probably 10 minutes in terms of damage, what damage actually is. Victor Lopez, what's going on? Do you have thoughts on the Ali Act being reintroduced to the Senate next year? The UFC will be hating it. With a Democratic president, there will be a very good chance it will get signed. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much. But the UFC would definitely be pissed from my brief knowledge of it. Cheeto win streak is arguably more impressive than O'Malley, yet he's entitled to a title shot. The UFC doesn't even have. Yeah, for 100% sure. If we're going off of meritocracy, definitely Marlon Vera deserves a title shot. Joey, do you like Christmas? Yes. It's 2025 and MMA Joey has 30K subs. We're aiming for close to 30K by the end of 2023, my friend. That's what we're aiming for. I'm pretty sure that we'll get close to 20K by the end of next year. I'm pretty sure on that one. Based off current growth. So we'll see. Remind me to come back and check this stream right around Christmas next year in 2023. I'll say I'm going to have 24,000 subscribers next year at this exact time. But remind me to come back and check this stream if you remember this in a year's time. So I don't think we need to wait till 2025, but we'll see. You never know. Kai Kara France and Alex Perez is off. Yes, Kai Kara France is out, injured. Alex Perez is now fighting Manel Kopp on a March fight night card. Who has Sugar even beaten other than Jan Paiva? I talk about it in my video. He has not one credible win. Sean O'Malley does not have one credible win. I don't even know. Is Paiva even still in the UFC roster? So therefore, Sean O'Malley has no wins over a current UFC fighter outside of Jan, which was a straight-up robbery. What's up, Keep Out? Not a UFC fighter, but Mighty Mouse has the best channel. Fair enough. Cory's going to starch Vera. Can't wait. I don't know about starch, but we'll see. Will we ever see pay-per-view prices go down? I don't know. I hope so. But I don't think it's going to get to a point where people stop buying them and the UFC has to make an adjustment. What would you do to make more people buy pay-per-views? I just went over it. Lower the price, the barrier of entry. You would get more people buy. You would make the same revenue because more people, a vast improvement of actual purchases would make up for the revenue lost by the price decrease. And I would also cut out some fight night cards. I wouldn't oversaturate with terrible fight night cards. And the one or two good fights from those cards can go on pay-per-views and therefore increase the quality of the pay-per-views. Joey 10-7, some dude with UFC pay-per-view receipts on Twitter. I mean, I don't know about a 10-7, but I thought it was pretty funny. Usually I don't respond to clowns like that, but dude was trying to say I was complaining about pay-per-view prices and I don't even buy pay-per-views. I bought every pay-per-view since probably 2012. At this stage, if UFC can get Dan Hooker on 284 with a top 15 opponent, that will be the biggest fight after the titles. Will be good, but much less than what it was 5 days ago. Agree. Yeah, Dan Hooker and Nato Moicano, throw it on there. What's up, Joey? I'm door dashing while listening. I appreciate you, Blaze One. Drive safe. I don't know where exactly you're at. I can't remember, but it's nasty where I'm at today. So I feel like they make more money if pay-per-views were on a streaming service for cheap rather than $80. Yep, that's what I've said. Lower the price of ESPN Plus. Facts. I'm not sure what that's referring to because I'm a little bit behind. LOL. Or no, I'm a fan of I'm a fanboy of Sean, but he did not earn the right to sit out for anything. I thought you didn't like guys sitting out, Dana. Yeah, I know, it's embarrassment. Joe, I've seen the guy on your Twitter telling you show your pay-per-view buy receipts. Yeah, and I usually don't like to indulge those types of idiots, but I had to. I had to just say, you know what? I'll send this guy some pay-per-view receipts. I haven't deleted an email, and let me tell you how many emails I got right now. Google is telling me I got to buy storage because I'm running out of space for my email. Let's see. I have 51,071 emails. Yeah, so I haven't deleted a pay-per-view. I mean, not a pay-per-view. I haven't deleted. I have almost 15 gigabytes of email storage. I got to go through and delete a lot of those. So, unfortunately, I have all those. But that's the way it goes. The pay-per-view increase is not surprising. ESPN is losing money. They are losing money on the UFC deal. They clearly didn't know most pay-per-views after 2016. Didn't they get above 500K? Yeah, I don't know all the intricacies of the deal with the ESPN and whatnot, but they're paying UFC a flat fee. So the UFC's not super incentivized to stack the cards like they used to be. Joey, just so you realize, 79 plus tax equals 129 Canadian bucks, bruh. Yeah, it's $85 US for me to buy a pay-per-view now. It's $1,100 to be a UFC fan next year in the US. That's crazy. iPhone 14, best plan ever, $70 a month. There you go. I don't think these cards are worth $80 they better step their game up. Yeah, I mean, imagine paying $80 for $279. UFC could never be like the NFL. Dana White, because lots of people just can't afford that. I know. And what's crazy is, why can't they just find advertisers to make up for the money like NFL does? NFL wouldn't charge for games. You know, Dana always wants to compare the UFC to the NFL. And I don't understand like anything crazy in terms of the business and what pay-per-view buys and what deals they have with ESPN. We don't know the numbers. But they shove advertisements down our throats on the pay-per-views anyway. Why can't they charge more, put them on network television, and make their money through the ad revenue instead? That's another option. Lower the price, charge more, get more viewers, and get more ad revenue. With Cory booked, who does Cruz get? I don't know. Cruz is going to be out for a while. Book Cruz, let Cruz sit out and fight TJ Dillashaw when he comes back. Thoughts on people saying Islam ducked RDA? It's kind of true, but not really. UFC just didn't want to pay him. UFC did not want to pay him to fight RDA on short notice. Ali Act ruins the UFC. We'll see. What's up, Joey? Do you have any info on that Capper dude everyone is roasting on Twitter? Who are we talking about there? I don't know. I haven't seen it, to be honest. I have not seen it. You're going to have to let me know. And I'll get on my sources. Just rewatched Nunes Pena 2, and I don't know how they gave Moreno and Kai a fight of the night bonus. Why not? Joe, you need to do some boxing classes. Do you think Cannonier won that fight, bro? Wasn't even landing the brunt of the shots, 97%, and getting stuck with a clean jab. Dude, a lot of Sean's shots were landing on the forearms. So it could have went either way. I literally just said it could have went either way. Would not have been surprised, nor would I have complained had it went either way. When one guy's hitting nothing but air, the other guy's hitting nothing but forearms, it's a pick'em. Never prices going down back on anything. We'll see. UFC always does this shit. They hate about 7 weeks to find someone good for. They're not going to put Whitaker on the card anymore. I'd much rather be Strickland than Cannonier in that fight. Okay, fair enough. That doesn't make your opinion any more right or wrong. Vera has the power over Cory. Agree. Joe, you pissed that the UFC's charging more? If you answered, I just joined. I'm annoyed for sure. And the cards aren't even that good. It's the same with like PlayStation, Xbox. They make more from their subscriptions than consoles sold. Yeah, most of the time they sell their consoles at a loss. Tried watching O'Malley's channel, but he rambles a little bit too much and he seems like he's high off his ass. Sounds about right. Joey, what income streams do you have besides YouTube if you're willing to tell? Dude, I got a million income streams, so I can't go over them all. Dana is the greediest person alive. I don't know about all that, but we'll see. Maybe. Will ESPN back out of their deal with the UFC when the contract runs out? That's tough to guess. That's tough to guess. Can we get your Fury Pro Grappling 6 predictions? It's on Tapology. I have no idea. Dude, I'm not picking that. I don't even, to be honest, I don't like to like waste one brain cell even thinking about dumb shit like that. Rose Namajunas is on that shit. Count me out. I'd rather go to the dentist than watch Rose Namajunas compete in any athletic competition ever again. In 2024, pay-per-views will be $100. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Colin Kaepernick said he's going to debut in MMA. Okay. Their salaries should be $75K rate unless you're top 5, then it's $150 guaranteed. Yeah, I don't know what the exact number should be. But the people defending fighter pay are just pieces of shit. I mean, the UFC won't even cut. People always wonder, why would you go into a fight injured? The UFC don't pay for your surgeries unless you fight. You don't get paid at all for your training camp unless you fight. And then you only get half your pay, you know, if you lose. So you lose half your paycheck if you can't win the fight. I understand. Hold on one second. What I got going on here? Hold on one second. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Like the stream, subscribe. All right, I'm back. Where are we at? Oh, their salary should be 75 rate. I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly the pay should be. But what it is currently is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the people defending it, I don't get it. And they say, a lot of people will say, Dana White will say that, oh, basically, well, if we pay them too much, they don't want to fight. Dude, there's plenty of guys getting paid a lot. If I'm getting paid $5 million per fight, guess what? I'm fighting as much as possible. Also, people forget to realize they compare their income to the income of a fighter. They're like, well, if I was getting paid $140K a year, I'd be rich. Or per fight, you know, if I fight 2 times per year, I make, you know, whatever, 280 grand per year, I'd be filthy rich. these fighters are trying to make their income for a full lifetime in a couple years. So if you're defending fighter pay, I just think you're okay with a business screwing over its employees, which they aren't even employees, they're independent contractors. And I understand the UFC built it, and I'm not one of these people that says it needs to be 50-50 or something like that. But I don't know. For me, it's just no health insurance, Costa getting paid $70K. And I don't know what he's asking for, so it's hard to speak for, but $70K is absolutely ridiculous. 70 and 70 is ridiculous. It should be, I don't know, I can't put a number on it, but it should be much higher than that. Definitely more than double that, in my opinion. Probably like 200 and 200, 250 and 250. Something along those lines. There's no way you should be, let's take a look at the rankings. Is Costa top 5 or is he number 6? Costa's number 6. There's no way you should be number 6 in the world making 70 and 70. Do you know what an embarrassment that is? And people saying, oh, well, if they get paid too much, they won't fight. Well, you know what's funny? NFL players who make a shit ton of money, guess what? They show up every week. They show up every week when their money's guaranteed. Because guess what? They want that next contract. So if you're making 500 and 500, guess what? You want to show up and you want to fight? I'm telling you, the more I'm making, the more I'm incentivized to fight. If I was making, let's just use a stream for an example. If I'm making $1 million per stream, and I know this is different than fighting in a cage, but if I'm making $1 million per stream, guess what? I'm streaming every day. I'm going to be more incentivized to be on here. So I don't buy that argument. And I think it's ridiculous that people argue, oh yeah, the best in the world should be getting paid 70 and 70. Absolute embarrassment. And then on top of that, when people say, and Dana says, well, if they make too much, they don't want to fight at all. Well, guess what? When they make too little, they don't want to fight at all. If someone offered me 70 and 70 right now, I'm not even the best in the world. I'm nobody. I can't fight in a professional fight. If they offer me 70 and 70, I'm not showing up. But if they offer me 200 and 200, I'm definitely showing up. And I'd want to be active too. So I don't believe, and I understand each case is a case-by-case scenario, but people defending the UFC and their predatory, practices, I just think you're a UFC shill. Just had a 50-mile-an-hour winds all day, somehow didn't lose power. Yeah, same thing here. It's super windy right now, actually. Dana only paying, or read that, the amount of events is going to decrease unless the Ali Act goes through. The amount of events increase their worth. They can do this because they pay fighters less than 20% of profits. Yeah, they pay like 10%, 15%. What's up, Jordan? All I want is Chris Curtis, Jarrett Cannonier. I don't think that happens. What do you mean? How do you have so many income streams? Well, basically, I have multiple jobs at this point. I mean, YouTube's a partial job too. Plus, I guess you could count investments as revenue streams. So why wouldn't you? I think everyone should have like three or four revenue streams. Full healthcare plan included. Yeah, they should definitely have healthcare. Be right back. Sean don't even smoke like that either. 20 to show, 20 to win. To start is only 40 with a win. 75K with full healthcare, and top 10, 150K would be better. I don't know. I just think it's delusional that people talk about like the bums, like, oh, well, if they get 40K to fight, well, that's only if they win. Then you got to subtract expenses. Then you got to, subtract taxes. And people don't get that. They just see, oh my God, I would love 40K for one night, but they don't realize that it's months of work and months of expenses. Even just, paying their coaches, paying their gym dues, paying their training partners if they need to like fly someone out. Gas just to drive back and forth to the gym, eating healthy, paying for healthy food, paying for somebody who's helping you with weight cutting. All those expenses that you may need to be put out. And on top of that, taxes. What, you coming home with 30K, 25K? That ain't shit. 25K is poverty. At least where I'm from. So, I don't think anyone fighting in what's considered the premier organization should be struggling to survive. And I think that's an embarrassment to the UFC. That's something I have a list of like potential future videos. That's one on the list, like a fighter pay video. Merry Christmas, Joey. I got you a like for the stream. Appreciate you. Realistically, combat sports was never going to be like other sports. And what other sports are there even questions about the best fighting the best? Because salaries, promotions, and network deal. Yeah, no idea. Look at Spencer Fisher if you actually think the UFC has its best interest at heart. Okay. Costa lost his value with his botched weigh-ins. That's not how it works, though. Very good point. They have money to do. That's what they said. Very good point. They have money to do. That's what they said. Okay. Are you indirectly arguing with MMA Guru about fighter pay? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. The Nelk boys made more off of Dana than most of his roster. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that explains enough. I mean, look. There's all these Dana White shills. There's so many Dana White shills. I mean, you see it. People, and I talked about it in my Paulo Costa video. There's so many people that are just saying, just fight. I would love to make 140K in one night. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. Imagine how many people would aspire to go pro at your numbers with healthcare. Yeah, exactly. It would attract more fighters and you'd probably have a higher level. Rhetoric and jargon. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Did you ask Santa for a personality? Yeah, I asked him for a personality as well as a pair of the Rock shoes. All right. I already got the Venom kit on deck. Now I just need a personality and some of the Rock's UFC sponsored shoes. Any thoughts on that trip by UFC fighters to see the Chechen leader, a man called a terrorist by the US government? I think it's a terrible look, but I haven't really dug into it too much. Spot on about fighter pay. It's amazing that there are people who think it's cool if they defend billionaires. Exactly. They're simping for billionaires, for people who are the ones that provide you the entertainment. And I know I'm not saying that it should be a 50-50 split. I know there's some people that have these crazy ideas, but at no point should you be fighting in the premier organization and, you know, be at the poverty line. Okay? That's just not. If you think that's okay, then you're an idiot, in my opinion. I agree. 100 plus 3 months or better training just to fight. Exactly. People think of it. People who don't pay attention to the sport think these guys just fuck off all year. You know, they're just sitting at home fucking off and, you know, going on trips and vacations, and then they just show up for one night a year and fight. That's not how it works. Any channel sponsored by DraftKings is sus. Okay, fair enough. No, it's sad that UFC does that to their fighters. It is sad. And thank you again for the $2 super chat, Rhetoric. I might go to the UFC San Antonio depending on the card, but it would have def went if Cory versus Chito headlined it. I know it's unfortunate. That's at the Apex. Garbage. Absolute garbage. If Dana was on fire, I probably wouldn't even piss on him. I think that's a bit extreme, but point taken. Point taken. O'Malley defeated number one. It's time to get over the Paiva fight, Joey. The Cheeto fight was a fluke. Dude, he did not beat Piotr Jan. So, his best win is Raulian Paiva, who doesn't even belong in the UFC. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. There's zero chance O'Malley will lose to Cheeto in a rematch. If he can bang with Jan and pull off an upset win, I think he beats Cheeto in a rematch. Thoughts? Zero chance, I think, is crazy to say that. He lost to Jan. It was a clean-cut 30-27 loss to Jan. And I lean... I don't know. I'm 50-50. I think O'Malley's the better striker against Chito Vera. But I think Chito Vera's power, durability, and stamina... A 5-round fight against O'Malley, I think Cheeto probably pull it off. So that's a tough fight to pick, to be honest. And the first fight was not a fluke, by the way. Hill versus Teixeira should be really fun considering their finishing styles. I think it ends in the first round. I'm pretty confident it ends in the first round. ESPN Plus and pay-per-view price keeps increasing, but minimum fighter pay is stuck in the mud. Agreed. And people sit here and defend it. People sit there and defend it and say, oh, the UFC, all these billionaires, they make billions of dollars. They built the company. And yes, they did. Fair enough. But dude, there's fighters living in poverty. If it was up to me, all of them would band together and say, look, we're not fighting. We're not fighting. Just end the whole sport. That's what I would do. But the UFC would just have to pay up. They can afford it. They just don't care to. And I understand it from their point of view. They don't want to cut into their profits either. You think Dana wants to cut into his paycheck? No, because that cuts into his lifestyle. So they want to make as much revenue as possible while paying out as little as possible. I understand it. It's business. But at some point, enough is enough. It's too much. It's too much. And again, this is a case-by-case situation. This isn't always the case. There's some people who are definitely demanding more than they're worth. My main issue, more than anything else, is the predatory contracts. So not only can you not negotiate a new contract, you're then stuck with the UFC. They won't let you out of their contract. They'll give you, you have a year after you fight out your deal, you're automatically extended. Then you have the exclusive negotiating period. Then you have a year or 6 months of rights to match. It's just crazy. Their predatory contracts are ridiculous. The UFC made so much more money than they ever did in the last few years, and fighter pay basically remains the same. Exactly. Sterling isn't fighting Cejudo. No, I just put O'Malley versus Sterling because basically Marlon Vera, Cory Sandhagen confirms that O'Malley is probably fighting the winner of Sterling Cejudo. I'm going to put out a video on the bantamweight division soon, probably tomorrow. Cheeto smashes O'Malley. Wouldn't shock me if he did the same thing again. I mean, watch what he did in the first fight. I definitely think O'Malley lost, and I'm a fan. Yeah, he clearly lost. I mean, I don't even think it's really up for debate. We thought Teixeira versus Yuri was going to end in the first, but it went 5. What a crazy sport. Agreed. 3-rounder, I see it going to O'Malley by decision. 5-rounder, I got Cheeto. I like that assessment. First fight wasn't a fluke. Those leg kicks messed up the nerve. Exactly. Sugar State Athletic Commission, yep. Is it physically possible to fight through a nerve injury? Henry Cejudo did it. So, Henry Cejudo did it and beat Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. It was a questionable decision, but wasn't terrible. Either decision or 5-round TKO. Okay. I wish all the fights had a fighters association. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, to be quite honest. I'm not sure if that will ever happen. By the way, guys, it's freezing cold and windy as hell where I'm at right now. It is currently outside. It's 10 degrees outside right now where I'm at. And probably with the wind chill, it's -10 outside at my house. That's crazy. That is straight up insanity. That's hard to believe, honestly. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not already, do me a favor and like this stream. We got 80 people in the stream. We got 26 likes. It helps push it out to more people. So, run up the likes. It takes 1 second. I wish all fight... Okay, read that. All that nervous shit, it's a fight. He's my guy, but he lost clean. Reasonable person. Any news on Colby from witness protection? No, some 911 audio came out. I didn't even bother to listen to it. So, I don't know. Colby's either going to get cut from the organization or he's going to have to fight soon. He's going to have to fight Hamzat or somebody. I mean, it's ridiculous that he's going to sit out for over a year. Over a year? I mean, he's ducking Hamzat. Dude has no solid wins on his resume to begin with. Borderline. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get my point. So, I don't know. Colby's still held up in a safe house at this point, from what I know. It doesn't matter if O'Malley should have lost. He lost. Yes, agreed. It's 25 out for me. Cold. Yeah. -2 where I'm at. It's -9 with wind chill. I'm in Hogansburg, New York. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. Arnold Allen versus Ilia Topuria would be a fun fight, but I want both of them to challenge Volk. Agreed. You're killing off one of the contenders. I'm with you on that one, my friend. I would like to see both of them fight Volk as well. But UFC may do it anyway. We got Arnold Allen versus Yair, the winner, or not Arnold Allen. We got Josh Emmett versus Yair fighting for the interim title. They'll fight Volk when he comes back down to 45. Volk could upset the whole universe by beating Islam Makhachev. I don't think that's super likely. But you never know. It could happen. It could happen, for sure. Hold on 1 second. My heat is on. I got to turn this down. It's hot as hell in this room. Jeez. It's actually 60 in my house, but it's hot in this room. So I got to turn my heat down. That's crazy. It's only 60 degrees in my house right now. But up here, it's much warmer. It's probably like 66 or something. This is upstairs. Heat rises. -1 in Chicago suburbs. Fair enough. I think it's getting cold and windy everywhere, at least on the East Coast right now. At least on the East Coast. Like and shared. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Always like and share the streams if you're sharing it with people who will actually watch it. And if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, I do these streams all the time. So go subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm putting out videos like every other day at the minimum. At the minimum every other day. So my Marlon Vera, my Marlon Chito Vera, Cory Sandhagen videos out on the channel right now. It's been 7 hours since I recorded that. That's crazy. So you can check that out on the channel. Chris Curtis interview on the channel. Our Dagestani's ruining the sport on the channel. I mean, there's just countless videos to watch right now. Costa video on the channel. Post-fight from last week on the channel. Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze. Early prediction and reaction on the channel. Yeah, there's plenty to watch. Let's see how many videos I have now. I think I can search my name and see how many videos I have. No, it doesn't tell me. About maybe? I know there's a way to see how many videos you have, but I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. It's funny how you search my name and a bunch of different YouTube channels come up. Yeah, it doesn't show me how many videos. Maybe it does it. Maybe it's on the mobile app. Let's see. No, I swear at some point I could see. Okay. 937 videos I have on the channel. That's crazy. So you can go back and see how my picks were. My picks from last year were really, really good. Let's see. Keep throwing questions in the chat. If you have a question, throw it in the chat. I try to read them all. I try to. Sometimes I miss some of them. Detroit, Michigan. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Joey, who's a fighter you thought would be a contender but ended up being a bust? Mine was Justin Scoggins. There's probably one that I can think of. I don't know if I would call him a bust yet, but I thought I was on the Johnny Walker train at one point in time. I was on the Johnny Walker train. And you see kind of what happened to him a little bit. Kind of disappeared. But I'm trying to think of another one that was really, really bad. That ended up being really bad. Who? I was on the Derek Lewis train years and years and years ago. I've told this story many a times. And I mean, I don't know if you would consider him a complete bust because he fought for a title multiple times. But I got on the train 2014. I was on the Derek Lewis train. I told one of my buddies, keep an eye out. The division's horrible. I could totally see Derek Lewis, coming in and, making some noise within the division. 1 second. But, he ended up getting brutally KO'd by Matt Mitrione. Then he went on a bit of a win streak. So it wasn't that bad. Well, he lost to Sean Jordan, but then he went on a long win streak, lost to Mark Hunt. He doesn't have the worst losses, but I think he's done at this point. He's been finished by TKO in 3 out of his last 4. So actual bit of an embarrassment a little bit there. So there's 2 of them I can think of off the top of my head, but there's probably other ones that I'm not thinking of right now. Giga versus Alex Teixeira should be next. Sure. I like that matchup. I don't know. I wanted to see Giga versus Korean Zombie, but Korean Zombie pulled out. I live close to Detroit. It's windy over here. It's super windy here too. Thoughts on Habib saying Volk will be a tougher matchup for Islam than Oliveira will be? I mean, from the looks of that fight, he looks like he might be right. Colby's number 1 of my favorite at welterweight, but he averages 1 fight a year and has only beat 1 guy in the current top 15. Yeah, it's an embarrassment. Maraba's just sitting there doing nothing. We'll see if he gets a fight soon. I think he will. Negative 24 in Canada. Do you think the UFC will come to Pittsburgh within next year? No. I watched the Chris Curtis interview. It was interesting. Appreciate you. The Dagestani video did really well. Appreciate you. Love the video about the Dagestani fighter. Respect for being fair. Yeah, dude, I don't care. I actually got more positive feedback for that. I thought I was going to get a bunch of negative feedback because I just shit on everyone in that video, basically. You know, so it's crazy to me that I got basically nothing but positive feedback. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. And yes, it did do well. What's it sitting at now? Let me take a look. Currently, at least in my studio view, it may be different from you guys. Currently, it's sitting at almost 2,800 views. That's pretty solid for my channel. So, yeah, it did good. It did pretty good. Everything that I've been putting out recently has been doing pretty good. I would say I'm averaging 1,000 to 2,000 views. There was a time where I used to get pumped over like 100 views, 150 views. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy. Anyone who has a YouTube channel knows that. But I'm glad you enjoyed the Dagestani video. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's on the channel. Who should Arnold Allen fight next? I think Holloway, but that's obvious. I would like the Holloway fight, but for me, I wanted Arnold Allen versus Jair. I wanted Josh Emmett versus Holloway. And then if Holloway beat Emmett and Volk beat Islam, Holloway would fight the winner of Yair versus Allen for the title. If Volk lost to Islam and comes back down, the winner of Yair versus Allen would fight Volk. That's what I would have preferred. So right now, I don't know. I hate to kill him off, but I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Holloway. We need to see him in a tough test, in my opinion. Is Tuivasa done? Yes. Tuivasa almost got finished by Greg Hardy. I've been saying it for literally years. Sean O'Malley becomes champ ever, yes or no? I think it's possible, but doubtful. Who should Charles fight Fiziev? Who should Charles fight Fiziev? Jeez. I don't want to see Charles fight Fiziev. I think he loses. Do Charles versus Beneil, maybe? 14 degrees here in Hogansburg. It's right on the border of Ontario and Quebec. That's crazy. I'm listening to you in the shower. I appreciate you that you're listening while you're nude in the shower. Thank you. I came late to the stream. What the fuck? Cheetah Vera versus Cory. Thoughts? I have an entire video dedicated on it. But, yeah, I mean, it's a great fight, but I would have much preferred Cheetah Vera, Sean O'Malley. O'Malley all day, all night is better. Sean O'Malley doesn't deserve to fight versus Sterling. Agreed. Is Saeed not a Dagestan guy? He is. Sup, Joey? I saw Babylon the other day. Did you? No, I did not. How was it? I got to go drive. Wish me luck. Hopefully you're still live when I get back. We are all getting snow right now. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Derek Lewis beating Ghana. Stop. Just stop right there. So weird that Derek Lewis lost to Matt Mitrione. Face down, brutally KO'd as well. Brutally KO'd as well. I know people like Tuivasa, but nobody does it like Derek Lewis. Dude can get a KO out of nowhere. Fair enough. Is it snowing up there? A little bit. Ige versus Zombie has already happened. I didn't say Ige versus Zombie. I said Giga. Giga versus Zombie. Does Fedor get it done against Bader? No. Derek Lewis gave Curtis Blades a speech impediment. Come on now. Calm down, dude. No, he didn't. And that's rude as shit. It's negative 40 in New York with storm warning. If you go outside for more than 10 minutes is frostbite. Did not know that. Can't believe Matt Mitrione wins over Fedor and the Black Beast. Yeah. Max is washed. I don't know about all that. It feels like negative 21 over here. That's crazy. Max not in his prime anymore, but God, the fact he's never been dropped is insane. Agreed. Agreed 100%. Guys, keep filling the chat with questions. We're already been on here for an hour. That's crazy. It's sitting in front of these bright lights, and it's actually hot in this room like crazy. Jeez Louise. Let's see. Okay. In my opinion, Tuivasa is not done at all. He took the last fight way too soon. Yeah, but he's been getting brutally KO'd left and right. I think Fiziev could crack Charles Chen and end his career like Gaethje did to Ferguson. Yeah, I think Fiziev would finish Charles, unfortunately for Charles. Wild, wild film. I need you to see it to understand it. Maybe. I probably will. I mean, I got A-list, so I probably will. Is it in Dolby by any chance? Probably not. I like to see movies that are in Dolby. Showtimes. Let's go see tomorrow. Yeah, Avatar's in Dolby. Let's see. Babylon tomorrow. Let's see, 4 p.m. Only 2 people there. 6 p.m. Nobody there. 8:15 p.m. 1 person there. 10 a.m. 2 people there. Yeah, it's no Dolby. There's no Dolby. 3 hours and 9 minutes. Jeez Louise. I feel like that movie didn't look that good with reviews. Let me see what it's rated on IMDb. Take a look. It's rated alright. It's rated okay. Got this. Okay. Alright, where are we at? Mokaev versus Albazi, who you got? That'd be an interesting fight. I'd probably take Albazi. Saeed versus Pedro Munoz. I'll take Saeed at this point. Nurmagomedov. Joe, I really don't remember who won the wrestling exchanges between Arman and Gamrot. Early, it was dead even. Late, Gamrot got a couple takedowns, but really couldn't control him for extended periods of time. Gamrot edged it, but it was crazy close. There you go. Yeah, but I still think Arman won the fight, though. Have shovel snow later for work. Hope you live chats when I'm working. Fair enough. I hope I am, too. Joey, did you see Islam's tweet about Volk, quote, saying he'll be able to get up if he gets taken down? I don't think I did, but I might have. You have to fill me in. Open a window and get some fresh air. Yeah, it's windy as hell, dude. I open a window, it's going to be negative 10 in here in 10 seconds. Tavares versus RoboCop. Who you got? Both durable as hell. I'll take RoboCop. I think RoboCop is, I mean, he's nasty. And he's so durable. And he has crazy power. I'm taking RoboCop. Has Cory been finished more than once? No, only by submission to Aljamain Sterling. Gonna watch Black Adam in my rock shoes. Makes sense. Critical liked it. Who's that? Is that a YouTuber or something? Said it goes by quickly. Careful watching that movie, Joey. Why? What's next for Dariush? Maybe a Fiziev matchup? I kind of want to see Dariush versus Arman. And at Constantly Growing, I'm going to have a bear. The cold tomorrow. I go outside. Wish me luck, dude. That's going to suck. That's going to suck pretty badly. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not doing anything outside tomorrow. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be way too cold. I hate the cold. It's been relatively, it hasn't been too cold up until this point. This is the first time it's really been cold. So, and I think the weather is supposed to stay cold for about a week now. Let's take a look, see. Yeah, it's supposed to be 21 tomorrow, 28 on Sunday, 31 on Monday, 37 on Tuesday, 39 on Wednesday. Let's see. You could also do Dariush versus Dustin Poirier. Did Islam duck RDA? No. Good luck on my friends. Stay warm. They need to book Aljo versus Henry. They're just going to have... Look, it's going to be in my video, but since you guys are here on the stream, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'll tell you right now, and I'll guarantee this. We are going to get Aljamain Sterling versus Henry. Hold on, let me do this so you guys can clip this out in the future. Wait a second. Hold on. We have some breaking news per sources. We are getting Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo March 4th at UFC 285. It is going to be the co-main event of the card for the bantamweight title. That's what I'm hearing per sources. There you go. Boom. That's going to be a good clip in like a week or two. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. UFC 285 in March of 2023. Aljamain Sterling, Henry Cejudo, co-main event of the card. Mark my words on that one. That's pure speculation, but mark my words on that one. I'm telling you guys, I'm flat out 95% sure of that one. So, you guys heard it from me first, but it will be in my bantamweight video that is coming up soon. I'm going to make a video about the whole situation, the bantamweight division. Islam said after 15 seconds on the ground, he'll start to panic. We'll see about that. That's interesting, though. That is very, very interesting. Let's see. I can't wait for that fight. I can't wait for that fight. That's, I mean, it's not that far away, to be honest. It's not that far away, to be honest. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see something. Why is this? YouTube is terrible sometimes with the search feature. Dude. Okay. Is okay, Joey, and I don't think Volk will, but I could totally see Volkanovski getting submitted by Islam Makhachev. Dude's gonna be so big and so strong. Joey, it's cold, -16, 74 on sunny this weekend in San Diego. I'm happy. Yeah, he's probably seen most critical thumbnails. His name is Penzgo. I'll have to check it out. Gaston will be exiting the top 15 to ring in the new year. I don't think so. Just finished your Chris Curtis interview. Great job. Appreciate you. Glad you enjoyed it. Joey, I could choke Islam. Everyone that says like the cold more than hot. Agreed. I've never been to the East Coast. Where would you recommend? I don't know. I guess somewhere south where it's nice, like Florida has nice weather. But I'm sure there's a lot of places on the East Coast that are pretty nice. So there's a lot of cool places to see. Go to Baltimore. Come to Baltimore. We have some great neighborhoods. Who do you think Justin, Dustin, and Chandler will fight next? Because Justin is terrified of Fiziev, and Chandler and Dustin don't want to fight new guys. They're going to have to fight new guys. Justin versus Fiziev. Chandler versus Armin. And I'll say Dustin versus Dariush. Cory versus Marlon main paired with Santos Blanchfield co-main is a decent combo. Rest of the card though, and it shouldn't be in the Apex. I honestly think Poirier will fight 170. Doubtful, very doubtful. I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens. At least it doesn't snow as much as it used to. I feel like 15, 20 years ago, it was snow all the time. Now you can just count on two hands. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it snows anywhere near what it used to. You just got 4 inches of snow yesterday? Okay. That's what I'm thinking. What's the prediction then if it happens? For Henry and Aljo, I got Henry. But I'll talk about it in the video. How do you know Chris Curtis? He watches the channel. That's how I know. Cory versus Marlon, main event, paired. Okay, read that already. I'm an orange belt in karate, and Valentina trains at a gym near me. I'm going to fight her and the new women's flyweight champion. Okay. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. I mean, I guess that's a weird combination, but all right. Guys, do me a favor. Like the stream. We have 92 people in the stream, and we have 35 likes. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? And if you're lurking right now, let me know that you're lurking. I need to know who's here supporting the channel at all times. So if you're lurking in the stream right now, put in the chat that you're lurking. I want to know, because we get like 20 people who are active in the chat, and then we get like 100 people watching the stream. So I always wonder who's just out there lurking right now. But that's the way it always is. I've watched live streams before. I don't ever participate in the chat, ever. I never even left a YouTube comment before I started my YouTube channel. So, if you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Extra live streams. Access to the members-only Discord where you can message me 24/7. We discuss MMA 24/7. We got a bunch of great guys in there talking about all the latest MMA news. You get a loyalty badge next to your name. You get custom emojis to use in the chat as well as the comments. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description. But I'll make it even easier for you. If you want to become a member, I will post it in the chat as well. One of my goals for 2023 is to get to 100 members. So become a member, support the channel. You can cancel at any time. It's 30. I almost said it's 30. I was reading something. It's $3. It's only $3. There you go. I don't see Chandler fighting until he gets a yes or no from Conor. Probably. He's going to, be riding Conor's nuts for another 6 months or so. They'll probably waive Conor's USADA testing period, and they'll say, well, Chandler said it was okay. Saw that Volk actually stops the takedowns. What your prediction for the fight? Actually, if he can stop it, how do you see the fight playing out? Very curious on your thought. If Volk can stop the takedowns, he can definitely win the fight. But Islam's very good on the feet as well, but I think Volk is superior. So if Volk doesn't have to worry about the takedowns, I see Volk getting it done on the feet. I'll say Volk decision, win. Islam and Volk are doing a great job promoting this fight. Notice the trash talk during the fight, no personal stuff, kind of refreshing. I'm looking forward to it. In a perfect world, it should be Beneil Charles, Fiziev Gaethje, Armin Chandler, Conor Tony. Conor Tony, you lost me there. Fiziev Justin prediction, Fiziev by brutal KO. Joey, I'm always here, sometimes lurking though. Appreciate you. Prison Mike's lurking. Joey, I need a UFC Apex bashing video. That will be out very, very soon. I had like 2 videos I was going to do, but I decided to jump on stream instead tonight. UFC with a cocaine scandal. What a sport. I'm sleeping, cooking and lurking. It's almost like a movie. Lurking fooled the Apex. Yeah, Folk. You should make a video on all the things you despise about Apex. Will be coming soon. Guarantee you that. I got a few comments on my last video saying, do a video on the Apex. Do a video on the Apex. Because I asked it in the video, do you want to see a video about the Apex? I always do what you guys want to see. So, there's going to be a video about the Apex coming soon, a video about the Bantamweight division coming soon. Nah, but for real, the dick riding is crazy with Chandler and Conor. Yeah, dude, Chandler, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Chandler's like sending Conor edible arrangements. Dude's an embarrassment to the sport. I'm a huge Michael Chandler fan, but enough with the rank squatting matchups. He should fight Armin. Agreed. Really? Wow. I'm pissed that means Cheeto ain't getting a title shot anytime soon. Yup. I liked live chat. 7th like. Appreciate you. The only fight for Tony is Nate Diaz. They already fought. Nobody wants to see that again. Conor, Tony, yeah. Please no. Justin bashing video. I'm done with him. Stop avoiding Fiziev. Yeah, but I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. So, if I bash him, he's going to end up taking the fight anyway. UFC's going to force his hand. It's the only fight to make. Look, guys, look. We got 90 people in the chat. If we get 80 likes on the stream, we're at 44 right now. If we get 80 likes, we'll make it a 2-hour stream. All right? So, run up the likes on the stream for me. 80 likes, we'll do 2 hours. we at? The only fight for okay, read that. I meant Nick Diaz. Oh, I see. Tony versus Nick. I don't want to see either one of them fight again. Connor, fresh off steroids, you should take the Wonder Boy fight. He'll never have a better chance at cracking welterweight. He's going to lose the Wonder Boy. Joey, can you do a breakdown of Connor's most recent tweets? Yeah, that was my next thing I was going to do for sure. The way the UFC has been going, I wouldn't be surprised if they book Khamzat versus Tony. Dude, I would be livid. If you could build the UFC 285 main card, what would you do? It's going to be Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley. It's going to be Francis Ngannou versus John Jones. I don't know what else I would throw in there, to be honest. Off the top of my head, it's hard for me to come up with fights like that in an imaginary universe. So, I said video on the Apex. Okay, it will happen. Sean should fight the winner of Cory and Marlon before a title shot, but he won't. Agreed. Did you see what Armin said about? Yes, I do agree with Armin on his take. I mean, Chandler, Gaethje, and Dustin. I mean, I think people are jumping the gun a little bit because they will have to fight someone next. So let's wait. Honestly, think Vera starts as Sandhagen in the 4th or 5th. His power is different. Sure. Can you talk? You already talked about Darren Wynn getting cut. No, I did not. But it is kind of, he didn't really belong in the UFC. But at the same time, they gave him a fight to fill a spot, and then he gets injured, and then they cut him. It's a terrible look for the UFC. Terrible look. Absolute horrendous look for the UFC. And, you know, I get it. He probably didn't deserve to be in the UFC to begin with. He's, you know, I think he lost his last fight. I can't even remember. But that doesn't change the fact he was under contract. He had a fight. He pulled out for no fault of his own. He got accidentally injured. They should have gave him another fight. I think it's messed up, and I think it's a terrible look for an organization. And it would have hurt them none just to give him another fight anyway. And then when he lost, cut him then. Like the stream of my hamster Rico won't make it tomorrow. Okay. I was high on Chandler until he all did the BS and Poirier fight, sticking his fingers and blowing the nose in Dustin's mouth. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. Chris, interview be a vibe. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Video idea, your hot takes for 2023. Okay. I have like 6 video ideas right now, to be quite honest. So I'm not going to, at no point am I going to run out of content in the weeks coming. And they're all good video ideas. Like what happens is when I have a video idea, I don't have enough time to make every video I want to make. So basically I have a list of videos that I want to do. Some of them eventually get scratched off the list because something may happen that changed the whole premise of the video. But I make the videos I absolutely have to make. And then I just have this list. So I'm going to start pumping out some of those, as well as like a top 5 fights of the year. Champions at the end of 2023 predictions. And stuff like that. So I have plenty of content for the next 3 weeks. And also, I kind of want to have a little bit of a break, too. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to be stressed out making content every day of the year for the most part. Oh, they're showing the body cam footage as well. They're showing the body cam footage as well of the Colby thing. You know somebody's going to break that down. I'm sure new body cam footage comes out. Tony versus Jim Miller. Sean said on Michael Bisping's podcast that he was sitting out for the winner. Yeah, of course he's going to. How would Leon versus Wonderboy go? Leon would out-grapple him. I just want to see Darren Wynn go down as a couple weight classes. He's way too small for 185. Jeez, he's 185. I didn't even realize that. If O'Malley is waiting for the winner of Cejudo Sterling, which of the two does Sean have a better chance of beating? I don't think he has a good chance of beating either. I'll say it's equal chance of losing to both. And I don't like his chances against either one of those two guys. It's going to be tough to beat either one of those guys to out-grapple them. Let's see. Cut this off. Don't need this anymore. Don't really need this. It's crazy. People are like making a big deal out of all this footage. People are acting shocked. They were talking about it in the lead up to the fight. If I see you out, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. And sure enough, it happened. Don't even bother going and watching it. It's the Colby Covington like body cam footage from the cops showing up on the scene. If amount okay, read that. Lurking and reading MMA articles. Just kidding. I'd rather blow my head off, dude. MMA fighting articles are so bad. They just embed tweets and pretend like, oh, this is the greatest news story there ever was. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good. We're just gonna put Conor McGregor's tweets in an article, and there you go. Perfect. Works out perfectly. So it's actually an embarrassment. It's an actual embarrassment, guys. The roads are crazy. Woohoo, love it. Okay. What footage? I'm dumb. You need time with your wife. What's going on with Cejudo? Cejudo's probably fighting Sterling. Video will be out soon. What's good, Joey? What's more important for being the greatest in the division? Strength of title defenses or having the most defenses in the division? I say strength of the title defenses. Because you can defend against a bunch of bums and then it doesn't really mean anything. Next MMA arrived. Next MMA article, Joey says our news article are good. I don't even know what you're trying to say there. Rose has a new fight. Yeah. Connor tweets Colby footage, Patty beef. Like, what are we doing here? Are we just collectively attracted to trash drama? No wonder these are the same people that hate wrestling and Dagestanis. Dude, the MMA media landscape is garbage. I've been telling you guys since I started the channel. That's what inspired me to start a YouTube channel, to cover the things that I actually thought were important and relevant. And, I mean, obviously big fight announcements, but what are they going to say? Oh, this fight was announced for this. This guy's on a win streak. This guy's on a win streak. This guy's on a losing streak. The articles aren't, I mean, they're relevant, but they're not great. And then the rest of it's just garbage. I mean, let's go to MMA fighting real quick. I've not clicked on an MMA fighting article in literal years outside of reading one on stream. Colby Covington audio from police conversation following alleged Jorge Masvidal assault released. Quote, I saw stars a bit. Okay. Who gives a rat's fucking ass? This is garbage. Dylan Dennis gives side of Anthony Taylor altercation. He's a fucking loser. Who gives a shit? Rose Namajunas returns in December 30th grappling match against Jillian Robertson. I'd literally rather go get every single one of my teeth pulled than watch that. One comment. They got one comment on that article. Matt Brown on the time he fought with a broken jaw in the cage and made out a dog kennel and fencing from Home Depot. Like, who cares? Who cares? Mike Goldberg reveals his great moment of closure with Dana White after unceremonious UFC exit. I mean, who gives a fuck? I know they got a job to do, but this is an embarrassment. I mean, look at these articles. Imagine if I was covering this shit. I get laughed off of YouTube. I guess there's some people that do it. Yuri Prochazka confident Magomed Ankalaev 100% beat Jan Blachowicz. Okay, that's okay. You know, that's solid, I guess. Kind of interesting, but who really cares about that? I mean, I understand they have to put fight news on here. Priscilla Cachoeira versus Sijara Eubanks agreed to first UFC card of 2023. What a fucking embarrassment of a fight. I had no desire to see that at all, but they have to cover shit like that. I mean, we're talking about Dylan Dennis, Jake Shields, Darren Wynn. New footage release of Jorge Masvidal arrest after alleged Colby Covington assault in March. I mean, who? I mean, I get it. I guess I get it, but the shit's, I'm telling you right now, MMA fighting has one foot in the grave. I mean, MMA Junkie isn't that much better. I mean, I literally never, I get all my MMA news basically from Twitter. Prochazka throws shade on Blachowicz Ankalaev fight. More Colby Covington shit. 15 best fight bookings of 2022 that got away. Okay, that's all right. Their website, MMA Junkie's website, what is this, just built for mobile? Dude, MMA Junkie is literally dying. I mean, they're probably top 2 sites. Who even watches this shit? I mean, who even clicks on these articles? Is anybody reading this shit? And this is built for mobile. This isn't even, I mean, I'm on their website on my desktop right now, and it must be built for mobile. This is straight up garbage. I'm telling you right now, this is straight up garbage. Straight up garbage. The best way to get MMA fight news is follow all the credible MMA journalists on Twitter. That's the best way to go. The credible MMA journalists, not the bullshit fake accounts, not that horseshit. Follow the most credible MMA journalist on Twitter. That's how I get all my fight news. Or from my Discord, because someone posts all the breaking news in Discord the second it happens. So that's the two sources of my news. And all of them are usually legitimate sources from ESPN Plus, or not ESPN, from ESPN.com or whoever it may be, Ariel Helwani or Brett Okamoto, who works for ESPN. But you get my point. Or you guys can follow this YouTube channel and get your MMA news from here, because I don't ever cover fake ass MMA news ever. Ever. You will never see me cover it. Some of it's speculation, but I make that very clear. So, you guys want to go follow me on Twitter at MMA Joey C. At MMA Joey C. Let me try to type it in the chat. You guys can go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. One of my goals for 2023 is 1,000 followers on Twitter. And I retweet and I give my thoughts, my quick thoughts on all the latest breaking news. Anthony Calise, thank you for the $5 super chat. Merry Christmas, Joey. You're the man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate the kind words. And it means a lot, man. You're willing to donate your hard-earned money to me. Thank you for the $5. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Anthony. Merry Christmas to you as well. Yeah, but I mean, these websites are dying. I'm telling you right now, MMA Fighting and MMA Junkie are the two biggest websites. They each got a foot in the grave. And that's another reason. And obviously I told you guys if you've been following the channel for any amount of time, I started this channel because of garbage MMA coverage, right? But also, I believe the days of articles, written articles from like MMA Fighting or MMA Junkie, I believe it's dying. I believe people want video media, They want to be able to watch something. They don't want to read 3 sentences with a picture of a tweet. They want some thoughtful analysis on the news. My video, and there's nothing that's bullshit in the video. I'm not stretching it out. My video on the Marlon Vera Cory Sandhagen fight is 16 minutes almost. And you get nothing but valuable information from that video, mixed with some opinion, obviously. But I think that's far more consumable than a piece of shit MMA Fighting article. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But, yeah, I mean, the articles are going away for sure. So follow me on Twitter, follow my YouTube channel, turn on notifications. Any major news, if I can get home, I've told you guys before, if you've been watching, if you keep up with the channel, sometimes I'll see major MMA news. I will rush home to make a video on it. I will rush home. I will drop what I'm doing and rush home to make a video on it. So, all right, where were we at? I don't even remember what question we answered last. Oh, yeah, the Benji question. What would MMA media say if Dana gives Conor an immediate title shot? They would be like, well, of course it's business. They got to make money here. And Conor's good for business. They'd be like, the kid's done everything he's ever asked for us. The kid's done everything he's ever asked for us. He's a double champion. The fans want it. The champion wants it. And what a backstory. What a backstory that would be. Could you imagine, though, if he did fight Islam? That'd be huge money. It wouldn't surprise me. They're going to give Conor a layup win and then try to push him towards Islam right away. And it's going to be fun, but it's going to be annoying as well. MMA media is holding the sport back. Well, also it's the UFC's fault, because the UFC doesn't want anybody asking difficult questions, and they essentially ban anyone that asks any difficult questions, and basically you lose favor with the UFC, and they don't want to do that. Like I tweeted out, when did I tweet this out? I tweeted this out yesterday maybe. I saw something about Dana White calling someone a pussy. And I tweeted out, Dana White sure does call a lot of people pussies for a guy who will ban any MMA media member who asks him a tough question. So it's kind of hand in hand with the UFC. They control the media. They're probably going to do Cejudo Yan. No, they're going to do Cejudo Sterling. MMA media is more concerned about covering YouTube boxing. It's because they're dying. Nobody cares about their articles. Nobody cares about their articles, so they're doing that. I hate how this sport is slowly leaning as casual fans the most by only promoting people like Patty. Yeah, it's annoying for sure. How do you feel about Dildo Danis on Ariel's show? I don't feel anyway. I've only seen bits and pieces, but I don't care. The dude's irrelevant. Ariel's still giving him clout while making fun of him. Forget about the guy. He's irrelevant. If I see you outside going to punch you, then doing it is a premeditated felony assault. I kind of want to live in a world where the laws are respected or not both. It's fine by me. I'm just saying the people clutching their pearls and crying about it like that, like it's shocking, are delusional. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished for it. I don't know what you're getting at there. I don't know what you're getting at there. All drama, shaking my head. Cheetah's bad luck is so real. If he beats Cory, he needs to fight again before a title shot. We'll see what happens. You never know. It's hard to choose between Marlon and Cory because I'm fans of both. Okay. Feed Masvidal to Shavkat, then kick him from the UFC. Yes. MMA Junkie, LOL. Joey, do you find Dana cringe how much he talks about that doctor said he had? Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of Diego Sanchez and Joshua Fabia. From Twitter, you serious? Yes. What's up, Dabrowski? I get my MMA news from Joey. Appreciate it. Thank you again for the $5 super chat. 283 live stream, most likely. Would you ever cover Conor McGregor's tweets? No. Wonderboy legit said the UFC might not be able to fight at... No, he did not. I watched the clip. He did not say it. It was horseshit. Dana's back and forth with JP is pathetic. They're both accusing each other. Yeah, it's annoying. I like the aggressiveness. I like the aggressive Anthony. You earned my hard-earned money, Joey. Keep it up. Yeah. Send another one, man. Send another one. I need the Christmas money. There you go. Mr. Joe, what did you ask Santa for Christmas? As much Venom gear as he can possibly stuff down the chimney and some of the Dwayne the Johnson Rock shoes. MA Junkie on Mike Jackson was not good. Okay. Dana calling old men kids, shaking my head. Islam will push Connor shit in. Okay. The Perth card is falling apart. It's still great, but come on. Paulo Rob falls out and Kai Kara France pulls out with an injury. Yeah, it's sad. That card was looking amazing, and now it's looking They're probably going to do Cejudo Yan. No, they're not. They're going to do Cejudo versus Sterling. Mark my words. March, UFC 285. Nobody cares about their articles, and also because they show their biases so hard. It's ridiculous. I haven't even paid attention enough to know their biases. Do you think I can be successful at MMA, YouTube, and media like making a channel? I'm 16. Should I start now? I mean, it's hard to say, but I think anyone who's willing to learn and improve can, you know. You don't know until you try. You don't know until you try. So it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to do it. You know, just start, be shitty for a year if you have to. You know, I just went ahead and just started making mad videos as much as I could just to try to learn. That was the only goal there. It wasn't to get views. It was just to learn what works, what doesn't work. It was a scientific, you know, just learning how to post videos, learning how to edit videos, learning how to make titles and thumbnails. That's what I did, and it just somehow caught on a little bit. Not that it's huge, but I got to 1,000 in 3 months, which was craziness. And now I'm almost at 7,000. I'm almost at 8,000 there. If anybody's watching this right now and they're not subscribed, go subscribe. Go subscribe. Go subscribe. Go subscribe. But yeah, I would recommend anyone to start a YouTube channel. You never know what could happen. But don't get butthurt if you don't get a lot of views, because I started off with like 10 views, 30 views. I used to be excited to get 100 views. Now, if you look at my channel, let's take a look real quick. I don't even know. I know it's good, though. Hold on. Let me go to my YouTube studio. So, my most recent video has 2K views. It might show a little bit different on your guys' end. 2K views, 1,000 views, 2,700 views or 2,800 views, 1,800 views, 1,500 views, 1,200 views, 1,900 views, 1,200, 1,600, 3,500, 3,100, you know, and so on and so forth. I don't remember the last time I had a terrible view video, but I try to, I take what I learned I try to take what I learned from all the hours that I've put in and apply it. And I think next year, I think the channel is going to do very, very well. I'm hoping to get to 20K next year. That's my goal. I'm hoping to get to 10K before the second year of the channel, which is April 1st, will be a 2-year anniversary of the channel. And I want to get to 20K before the end of next year. That's my goals. And I think they're attainable. So, but I'd recommend anyone to start a YouTube channel. The worst you can happen is you can just not be successful. Who cares? It's fun to do. For me, it's just a hobby. So that I want to turn into something more that I make extra money off of right now. I'll never understand why we care about YouTube boxer clicks, and relevancy. My thing is, if you're going to talk crazy stuff, you better be ready to get punched wherever I see you, especially the way Cory brought up. That's the only way he knows how to fix things. Yep. Do you think the UFC will get better without Dana and Rogan or worse? It's hard to say. It depends who replaces them, but I think it's possible to be better. Why does Dana call old guys kids? He just calls everyone a kid. Do you think we'll wait to see Sean? Dude, what they're doing is they're giving Sean time to prepare for a grappler. They want to give him 6 to 8 months to prepare for a grappler. That's what they're doing. I'll talk about it all in the bantamweight video. Maybe I'll make that tomorrow instead of the Apex video. I don't think they'll make Merab versus Sean because dude, they're not making Merab versus Sean. I can guarantee you that. Okay, Joey, how do you avoid trolls making videos about you and making fun of you? Part of the reason why people don't start YouTube channels? To be honest, some people are really sensitive. There's nothing out there. There's nothing anybody can say to me that's going to offend me. I don't want trolls in my chat, and that's why I don't respond to them, because then it just ruins people just, people just continue to do what they're doing if you give them a response. But to be honest, I kind of find them a little bit funny. But what I don't like, not for me personally, because I couldn't care less if anyone just makes fun of me ad nauseum. That's all. Like if you understood my life outside of YouTube, like me and my friends, when we get together, all we literally do is make fun of each other to the most extreme capacity. And that's been my life for basically my entire life. So there's nothing anyone can say about me that my friends haven't already said to me. We do it every single time we hang out. But what I don't like about it is there's some other people, who may not be the same as me. There's some people that are very sensitive. There's some people that they just want to go about their way. They want to make their YouTube channel. They want to make their videos, and they don't want to be, made fun of. They don't want to be harassed. And that's kind of the give or take of YouTube, If you have thin skin, you can't start a YouTube channel. I mean, I definitely get way more positive than I get negative. But you're at bare minimum, you're going to get a couple of negative comments per week. So it's just one of those things you just got to kind of ignore. I read it because I usually laugh at that type of stuff. And I enjoy it, to be honest. But I don't support it within my live streams, because then you're leaning into it, and then you're going to cause more and more people to do it. But for me, you can make fun of me as much as you want, as long as it's not ruining the quality of MMA conversation that we have. But I feel bad for the people who are super sensitive. They want to create a YouTube channel, and then they get made fun of, and they just can't handle it, because there's a lot of sensitive people out there. They can't take a joke. So I think that stops a lot of people from starting YouTube channels. But you can't care. As far as hateful comments or being made fun of, what do I care what some random online person thinks? How can you care? You shouldn't care. You don't even know this person. I don't care what most people I know think, let alone what some random online person thinks. But some people really take that to heart, and I feel bad for those people, and it's not necessarily their fault. And I think it's one of those things where YouTube can be a bit cancerous at some points, especially within the comments. And basically, if you have thin skin, you can't really be on YouTube. It's crazy. It's crazy sometimes. But there's your long-winded answer. I think a lot of people don't make YouTube channels because of that. For me, the only thing I care about is them not ruining my live stream. So I just I'd give them timeouts, or I ban them if they're being crazy, trolling within the chat, because then they're ruining the discussion. And then that defeats the point of the channel. And if you encourage it, then it just grows and grows and grows. So the best way is just to ignore, not I don't even, you know, if I read a sentence and I already see that it's weird, I'm just like, okay, gone. Because Dana's almost 60, a 45-year-old kid. A 45-year-old is a kid compared to him. Makes sense. Would people have a different view of not pressing charges against Jake Shield if he took down a journalist who isn't well versed in fighting? Words should be replied with words and not violence. Well, I mean, to be honest, Mike Jackson is a journalist who's not very well versed in fighting. I don't know the entirety of the situation between Jake Shields and Mike Jackson. I think they both look like clowns going back and forth online. But, you know, to go into the UFC PI and start assaulting people, and then like this isn't like morally wrong is what I'm trying to say here. But for me, it's just an embarrassment from a personal aspect. Like, I'm embarrassed for both guys, but I'm embarrassed for Jake Shields for bragging like he whooped somebody's ass because he took somebody down and put him in side control. I think it's a bit of it. That's more embarrassing than anything. Should you assault people? I mean, no, you shouldn't. But, you know, I guess some people get fired up over words that are said online. And I don't know the full extent of it. I only know, like, the bare minimum. Because what happens is when shit like that happens, I don't read about it because I just don't care. I only got so much room in my brain, and I can't spend it at all on thinking about Jake Shields and Mike Jackson. I mean, but I think it's an embarrassment to act like you beat somebody up for talking shit and you just took them down and got them in side control. I think that's a bit of an embarrassment, but I think both guys are cringy as hell. And I'm not gonna cry any crocodile tears for either guys because apparently Mike Jackson's always talking shit. Apparently Jake Shields is always talking shit. I don't let them go beat each other up on the side of the road. I don't care. I think MMA media is dying because all journalism is dying. Journalists are trash and editorialize everything. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that way. What's up, Joey? Congrats on the continued success. I remember when there was 10 people in your live streams. Keep up the hard work. Thank you, Any Action. I greatly appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. You know, now it's a year and a half later, a little over a year and a half later. And the channel's continuing to grow. I appreciate you noticing. I want to say you've definitely commented in here before, right? Am I wrong or right? Let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure I've seen that name. You have your own channel, right? You told me that you had your own channel, I think. Or am I imagining things? Yes, you do have your own channel. I wish you the best success, man. All I can say is just keep grinding. Be consistent. Constantly try to improve. And that's the best advice I can give you. But to be honest, you know, it's not like I got 100K subscribers, dude. I got 6K. So don't get me wrong. That's a good achievement. But it's not like I can give a crazy amount of advice. Like I got some crazy full-time, you know, $100,000 a year YouTube channel. I'm still in the beginning stages, but it's hard early, and I wish you the best of luck. And I really do appreciate the support. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you coming to the streams and just throwing a comment for support here and there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And anybody else that has a YouTube channel, they know to the extent of how hard it is to pump out these videos. I know some of you guys who don't have a YouTube channel, you look at my videos, you're like, oh, 16 minutes, you know, 19 minutes, 18 minutes, 34 minutes. You're like, oh, 9 minutes. Oh, it doesn't take that long. It takes much longer than you could ever imagine to make some of those videos. So if you have a YouTube channel, you understand to the extent that that takes. Let's see. Your streams would always line up with my drive home from work. Definitely remember those days. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you remember around the sub count that you subscribed to? How long have you had your channel? That's what I want to know. How long have you had your channel for? Before or after me? I just clicked on it real quick. I didn't go through it or anything. But appreciate you. Nonetheless, it'd be a cool day in hell before they make a Rob and Sean. Yeah, dude. No. They're never going to make that. Do you like ONE FC commentators, UFC commentators? I hate them all. Is Nick Diaz retired? No. But he should be. Street fights happen, but Masvidal is a professional fighter. I mean, so is Colby. I'm not going to cry about it. Also, want to be politician? Yeah, dude's crying about, oh, I got to wait till the midterms are over to fight. Like, dude, you're a bitch. If it's up to me, I might make a video. Cut Jorge Masvidal, cut Colby Covington. I never want to see either one of them fight again. And apparently a gangster pick one. Yeah. Sensitive people like MMA Guru, I don't know that he's sensitive or not sensitive. What do you do for a living? I've answered this question a million times that I stopped answering it. Do you think the UFC did Mike Goldberg dirty? Yes, they definitely did him dirty. Didn't give him a send-off or nothing. This is why when someone talks shit to me, I say, fight me in real life and not online. Yeah, I don't even care enough to respond to them, to be honest. It doesn't bother me none. Exactly, Joey. Who cares what they say? Ain't no one living the champ life like you. There you go. You should bet because you good at predictions. I've bet a little bit recently. It just recently got legalized in my state. I bet a little bit, but not much. But appreciate you. I'm gonna continue to do a little bit here and there, but that's never gonna be the focus of my channel. I'm never gonna be talking about like betting in depth. I post my bets on Discord and that's it. Where was I at? But appreciate you. I ain't fighting anyone in real life. I'm from America. Even if I can beat them, they probably shoot me. There you go. Yeah, to be honest, even if someone talks shit to me in real life, I'm just going to talk shit back to them. Unless I think someone's going to put their hands on me. If you think someone is, like, let's say you're arguing with someone and you think they're going to put their hands on you, you got to hit them first because you can't let them get off on you. So, but outside of that, you can never get me angry enough to assault someone unless I think they're going to assault me first. Then I'm assaulting them first. But you get the point. I mean, it's worthless. I mean, even if you fight someone and you whoop their ass in real life, like let's say someone starts talking shit to me and I just decide, you know what, I'm going to whoop this guy's ass. And I just whoop his ass. Next thing you know, he hits his head on the sidewalk. He dies. His family's crying. You're going to jail for manslaughter. It's pointless. And it proves nothing. Even if you win, what are you going to say? What are you going to go brag online? Yeah, I really whooped that guy's ass. I whooped it real good. I mean, who cares? Who cares? This shit's childish. But some people like to do that. Your streams will always... Oh, we read that. I don't know if you asked this yet, but what's next for Jan Marab? Probably Jan versus Marab. Probably. I think that's probably going to be it. We are so close to 6.5K likes, guys. 65. What do you mean? So 6.5K subscribers. Let's finish this year strong. Subscribe and like. Appreciate you, Benji. Appreciate you. Yeah, guys, like the stream. Like the stream right this very second. And subscribe to the channel. We do this all the time. Predictions for O'Malley, Cheeto 2. I'm going Cheeto 4th round TKO. With Cheeto versus Sandhagen being booked, who could you see Marab fighting next? Maybe Piotr Jan. Probably Piotr Jan. That's what I would think. Imagine if Chase Hooper went up to lightweight. I still would have him by first round sub versus Patty. Dude, I don't even want to think about it. Chase Hooper's a bum too. You know, maybe they do Jorge versus Nick. Oh my God, stop. I work 2 jobs and I'm in school, so it's hard to stay as consistent as I would like. Had the channel since last December. Been a lot of fun. Yeah, it's always fun. It's fun making the videos. I enjoy it. So appreciate you. Good luck with the channel, man, and I appreciate your support. You understand the grind of trying to make the videos. And some people just do like I don't know what you do exactly, but some people just do predictions per the week, which is good for sure. I try to cover everything I possibly can. So it's hard. It's very hard. Especially when you want to make more than a 2-minute video. You want to give a lot of good information and good opinions. Such a good point, Joey. Why does someone like Colby, who isn't getting finishes but hating on Islam? Exactly. Mark my word, Joey will be the greatest MMA YouTuber in history. We'll see. Joey, I wasn't here when you were to answer what you did for a living. Can you tell us one more time? No. Anyone working 2 jobs has my respect. Shit's tough. Agreed. Would you rather have the first punch or second two? First. For sure. If I think someone's assaulting me, if I think they're about to assault me, I'm assaulting them first. If you were in Justin Gaethje's shoes, what would you do by not wanting to fight Fiziev? I kind of don't blame him. You got to try to those big fights. Fiziev is a big fight. I think he's going to fight Fiziev. So, I don't know. If he ducks him for too long, it's going to be an embarrassment. But I think he ends up fighting him. Sean doesn't have a terrible ground game. He's generally not strong there. Agreed. Just wear your Venom gear out in public and no one will try to fight you. Exactly. That's what I do. That's my main go-to. You're wearing Venom gear, dude, no one's going to want that smoke at all. Does Nick Diaz versus McGregor? Stop it. No, it does not. Nick Diaz is on his deathbed. CTE paradise. You're going to put him against a PED-riddled Conor McGregor? Absolutely not. Cheeto started slow versus Frankie and Dom. Do you think that gives the edge to Sandhagen? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Do you sit at a desk for a living? Absolutely not. Dana really farted around the Mike Goldberg situation. Agreed. It was an embarrassment. I remember watching, I think it was UFC 206 or UFC 207. I think it was a December card. I think it was the Rousey versus Nunes card. And I remember like sitting there waiting. Just sitting there waiting. I thought they were going to for sure give Mike Goldberg like a send-off after the fights and let him say a few final words. Nothing. After being there for that long, that's a straight-up embarrassment. And I really think it was a shady business decision not to give him a little bit of shine at the end. I really think it was embarrassing. Have you ever bought any UFC MMA, UFC memorabilia? I have a bunch of UFC memorabilia. I have a members-only video on the channel. With all my MMA memorabilia on it. But I have a Habib Nurmagomedov autograph. Who gives John Jones his toughest fight at heavyweight? Probably, I'll say Cyril Gane. Casual MMA really wants to know. Yes, he does. The fact's Joey, because no one in a street fight is going to throw a jab. If you let them get off first with like a 4-punch combo, you're done. So I agree. This don't throw the first punch is whack. Yeah, if you think someone's going to assault you, you assault them first for sure. You should be thrown in jail for suggesting Conor versus Nick. Yes, you should. Who's ready for Conor McGregor versus Dennis Siver 2? Not happening. Real ones know you wear Affliction t-shirts to not get assaulted in public. Yeah. Nobody wants that smoking an Affliction t-shirt. There's no way Gaethje's ducking or scared of Fiziev. I do think they'll fight soon due to Fiziev having a big name now. I hope so, and that's what I'm sticking by. What do you think underappreciated Beneil Dariush versus Poirier fight? I like that idea. I like that fight, but we'll see if it actually happens. Dariush deserves a title shot, so I kind of feel bad for him having to fight again. Do you have any kind of relationship with the MMA holes? You two are the only MMA channels I really watch. No, I do not, dude. No, I do not. I do not have any type of relationship with that channel at all. So I appreciate you watching. I don't know how you watch them, but fair enough. I'm glad you have two YouTube channels that you can enjoy. Most anticipated matchup that can be made in 2023. I'm going to make a video on this in the next week or so as well. There's a bunch of them, but probably Ngannou Jones. If both guys insist on fighting, make Nick Diaz versus Tony Ferguson at welterweight. I don't want to see either one of them fight. Yeah, that Habib autograph is absolutely sick. What do you think of MMA media not covering McGregor leaving the testing pool, but they cover every single one of his tweets? So telling. So I got to tweet that out. I actually got to tweet that out right now. The most telling thing of 2022 was MMA media. MMA media was the MMA media barely covering Conor McGregor leaving the USADA pool to juice up on P to juice up while simultaneously misspelled. I'll fix that. While simultaneously covering every single one of his tweets. The most telling thing in 2022 was the MMA media barely covering Conor McGregor leaving the USADA pool. I'm going to say instead of juice up, to use steroids, to use PEDs, while simultaneously covering every single one of his tweets. There you go. Boom. Tweeted that out. That's a solid tweet right there. That was a good one. I'm glad you gave me the inspiration for that one. I think it's an embarrassment. I think it shows Dana White and the UFC's control over MMA media in general. So it's an embarrassment. It's an absolute embarrassment. It makes me embarrassed to this community. Joe, what's your opinion? Do you see Hill being able to get back to his feet if Teixeira takes him down? Or the pressure, ground and pound, and submission skills of Glover be too much? I think if he gets taken down, he's probably getting held down. It's a matter of can he knock Glover out before he gets taken down, which I think is very possible. Doesn't Dennis Seaver have great grandkids? Probably by this point. What do you think happens with Topuria next? I would like to see him against Movsar Evloev. That was scheduled for January of this year. I would like to see it rebooked, but I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense right now because Topuria looked amazing versus Bryce, but I'd still like to see it. I think Volk beats Islam in my opinion. I like his approach. I disagree, but fair enough. All I want is, yeah. Thoughts on Jailton Almeida? Dude's a problem. Dude has looked super impressive, but he's fought nothing but basically bums at this point. So, you know, I say it about a lot of different guys, you know, oh, they look impressive, but they fought nothing but bums. That's kind of the same about Jailton Almeida. Looks super impressive. But meanwhile, fought not the greatest level of competition. So it's hard for me to deem his skill set super impressive or super elite. Nobody wants to watch Gaethje or Poirier get choked out in the third title fight. Let Benny sit out and take the next one. Agreed. Imagine destiny was for Khabib to come back to fight Volk if he dominates Islam. That'd be crazy. So glad Conor's finally out of the rankings. Dude hasn't won a fight. Dude has not won a lightweight fight since 2016, 6 years ago. And still in the rankings up until recently. What an embarrassment. I don't understand the grappling hate. Call it boring. Sometimes striking fights can be so boring. Lewis Ngannou, Romero, Adesanya, Esparza, Namajunas. Agreed. Who else would Volk have to beat to be considered one of the GOATs with the likes of GSP, Jones, Silva? If he probably wins 2 more featherweight fights, I think he's up there. Lamau to use PEDs. Yeah. Yep. I'm always tweeting out the hot takes on Twitter. I'm going for everybody's neck too. Anytime I see some dumb shit on Twitter, I'm going after them. So that's another goal. I'm trying to get 1,000 followers on Twitter in 2023. I'm at 330 right now. So not bad, not great. Did you see Kai Kara France pulled out of the cards, falling apart? Yes, I did. Terrible. Dude, MMA media would write an article on Conor farting around, but won't cover anything that goes against the grain to Dana. Agreed. It's egregious. Conor on steroids is not the problem, just like when Anderson used steroids to aid for a broken leg. In my opinion, he's using it to recover. He can't compete with it in his system. It is a problem. It is a problem when they're not talking about what's going on, though. You know, and the problem becomes if they waive the mandatory testing period by USADA. So it's just not a thing. Oh, well, he comes clean for 2 weeks and then he gets to return. So, and also he's been out. He's broke his leg 2 years ago. There should be some type of regulatory body managing the use of steroids and PEDs in his system. But bare minimum, he should have to sit out for the required 6 months of testing before he returns. Because otherwise he can juice until, let's say he's going to juice until January, stop using it and fight in February. He's still getting all the effects of using all that PEDs. He needs to be tested for 6 months before he returns. Dana called football soccer dumb. I bet that guy was so tired he called a fat pig that he's trashing lean, super fast guys who run 7 miles. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of soccer, but I would never trash it like that. I mean, some people love that stuff. You know, different things for different people. People enjoy different stuff. Only reason I like Ariel is because he does ask tough questions. Can't stand watching the press conference with no heat. Yeah, but Ariel used to be a shill for Dana as well. Doesn't stuff like that make you appreciate Ariel Helwani who can say other journalists can't? Yes, but he used to not be like that. So that's why I kind of don't like Ariel. MMA Joey's kind of cute. Thank you. I don't want to see Topuria and Movsar fight each other so early in their careers. I get it too. Does Wonderboy versus RDA make sense? 2 badass legends. Sure, sign me up. It's kind of a weird fight, but yeah. Topuria versus Ortega would be good. That's what Topuria called out, and I would like that matchup. I would favor Topuria too. Definitely want to see Topuria versus Ortega. I think Ilya destroys Ortega. Why does MMA media cover Dylan Dennis? He's a joke. It's embarrassment. Would you agree that we just witnessed the beginning of the end of Paddy Pimblett? Probably not, because they're going to feed him like 3 more bums. I think Valentina beats DJ's record for most consecutive title defenses. We'll see. Do you ever think you allowed fans to call into the show? I'll probably do member call-ins, but I don't know about letting everyone call in because then I'm going to get some people doing some weird shit. Thoughts on illegally streaming? I'm friends with the coach at a big MMA gym and feel bad streaming. At the same time, I know UFC is effing the fighters anyway. I don't know. I'm not going to cry any crocodile tears for this massive corporation. But for me personally, I don't do it because of reliability issues and just not feeling like it's worth the effort for me. But I'm not going to look down on somebody who does do it. The UFC's underpaying these guys anyway, so I don't know. I haven't put enough thought into it to give a complex take on that specific question. But I'm not going to cry any crocodile tears for a $1 billion corporation. So, especially when they're putting out shit like UFC 279. Does Patty win his next fight? Yes, probably by finish because they give him an absolute garbage can. How do you see Poirier versus Volk going? I don't know. I would probably favor Poirier. I think he'd be too big, too strong. But it'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. Did you see Kopp versus Perez get made? Yes. Jordan Burroughs, 2023 UFC? No. Hi, Joey Goodday. Which is better, Fiziev versus Justin and Fiziev versus Armin? And which is more likely to happen? Fiziev versus Justin, and I think that's the fight that happens. Justin has lost it. He's ducking Fiziev, and he goes to Cradle. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Kids Party defends it online. Would it fly for Tom Brady or any other mainstream athlete? No, it would not. And it is an embarrassment, and it is a bit of a stain on the sport. Holy shit, stream's still going with Grinda? I don't know what you're saying. I agree with 6 months, Joey, but I don't think it's an issue for him to use PEDs. Yeah, but I think it's an issue that the media is not covering it at all. You know? So he's gaming the system is what he's doing, and it's an embarrassment. And then meanwhile, they're not covering it because they don't want to piss UFC and Dana off. Is Michael Chiesa retired? I've not seen him in a while. As far as I know, no. Did you hear Ariel said he can hit pads better than Dylan? I mean, I think most people can. Dylan Dennis probably loses shadow boxing matches. Can anyone tell me that started the Ariel Dana beef? Ariel at one point was a shill for Dana. They used to feed Ariel news. I'm going to make a video on that. Why Dana White hates Ariel Helwani or something along those lines. But basically, Ariel was getting his paycheck signed by the UFC. They were feeding him news. But then he got some news of his own, wanted to break it. The UFC asked him not to break it. But he said, you know what? I'm a journalist. I'm going to break it anyway. The UFC got pissed. They fired him from Fox Sports. And they banned him from the events. And that's the origination of the beef. What's the likelihood these former champions getting their belts back? Oliveira, Usman, Adesanya, Yan. I think Usman, Adesanya, and Yan probably get the belt back. I don't think Oliveira ever gets the belt back, to be honest. I'd like to see Topuria versus Cater or Holloway, to be honest. That makes sense, too. I think anyone who works in MMA media has written an article about Dylan Dennis should have their hand in their resignation and get banned from the sport. Yeah. Member call-in show is a great idea. Yep. Member call-in is a great idea. Yeah, because at least those people are less likely to do some weird shit. Because I don't know if I could do it live or not. I'd probably have to do it on like something. I don't know what it would be. Dana tries to be Vince McMahon, trashes Gordon in public, calls him in private to assure him he'll be treated good. Yeah, sounds about right. Given Patty's last performance, do you think he'll start diet? No, he won't. Nope, he will not. I swear I felt like it's been a 3-hour stream. It's a 2-hour stream. I'm getting ready to probably go to sleep here in a little bit. Maybe we'll go for another 20 minutes, half hour. We'll see. We will see. But it has felt like I've been on here for a while, to be honest. Let's see. Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's an hour and 58 minutes. Let's see if there's any other MMA live streams going on right now. I'm curious. Let's search MMA and change to live. There's like 2. Everything else is like weird, like live looking at MMA Parade Field. And this garbage channel streaming embarrassment to the MMA community. Okay. The other day I just sent everyone to another MMA live stream the other day when I got off. Dana, read that. I swear. Okay. I think you do Beneil versus Dustin, 285. The winner gets to fight the winner of Volk Islam. I don't want to see Dustin another title shot. Who do you see Bilal Muhammad fighting next? I don't know. Maybe the winner of Gilbert versus Neil Magny, which would probably be Gilbert. Oliveira versus Fiziev would be a banger. Agreed, but I think Fiziev would probably KO him. Max has won 2 out of the last 5 fights. So has Conor. That's crazy. Doing live call-ins sounds like a bad idea. You have probably some weirdo saying the N-word. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying. Joe, I got to go to sleep. I don't know how you do the streams. Impressive. Keep it up. Agreed. MMA holes. Yeah, LOL. I think Hamzat is champion in 2023. Don't know if it'll be 185 or 170. John is on a 22-fight win streak in the UFC. Do you think Max Holloway should move up to lightweight? I don't think the UFC gives him another title shot in featherweight for a long time, given his recent performance. I don't know. I think he's got to wait it out to see what's going on with Islam. I think he's got to wait it out to see what goes on with Islam and Volk. If Volk somehow wins, it's going to open wide open for Volk at for Holloway at featherweight. Early prediction for Rakhmonov versus Neal. I'm going Rakhmonov, but I think Jeff Neal could pull it off. But I think Shavkat just has very good striking, very good grappling. Jeff Neal, didn't he lose to Neil Magny? I mean, come on now. Shavkat wins that one. But Jeff Neal looked very good in his last fight. Gilbert should fight for the BMF belt. Guys calls out light heavyweight and middleweights, and he passes up no fights and wants all the challenges. BMF belt is just some fake weird shit. I don't really care about the BMF belt, but I understand. Point taken. Understand for sure. Will Dana ever give Bilal his title shot? No, probably not. Why is UFC so conservative in trying things? I think they should try one. I don't want to see him start mixing up mixed rules. I think Rakhmonov will be 2023 Fighter of the Year. He's about to pop off. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Thoughts on a possible matchup between Chimaev and Whitaker Perth card? Doubtful. Very, very doubtful. But it would be fun for sure. It would definitely build up the card. UFC ain't doing that in a million years. Why would they want to have Whitaker, who I love Whitaker, but not some massive star or anything? Why would they want to have him kill off a guy like Hamzat Chimaev potentially? I mean, if Hamzat goes out there and gets a big win, obviously that's awesome for the UFC. But, I don't think the risk versus reward's worth it for the UFC, honestly. They should have done Rakhmonov versus Bilal. They wanted to do Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Wonderboy. But Wonderboy Thompson didn't want that smoke at all. Wonderboy Thompson won't fight you. If you've grappled even in middle school, Wonderboy Thompson will not fight you at all. Will not fight you at all. I saw the Weasel's video saying the judges got the decision wrong for Izzy versus Rob too, but it wasn't a robbery, if that makes sense. I think that's crazy, but it was a close fight. I hope one day in a decade or two, Dana and Ariel reunite. No, it's never going to happen. Isn't there some cross-promotion event coming up? Yes. Bellator versus Ryzen. New Year's Eve. Bellator versus Ryzen on New Year's Eve is going on. It's an interesting card. I'll probably watch it. I don't know yet. I'll have to see. But, yeah, it's coming up. Cross-promotion card. It's very rare that stuff like that happens. But, guys, I have no idea about the Oscar De La Hoya Dana news. I'm going to get off of here. I'm not a big fan of cross-promotion events. I think it's basically only serves to help the lower promotion. But it's fun sometimes, I guess. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Do me a favor. Don't forget to like the stream. If you haven't already, look, do me a favor. If you have not already, go watch my Marlon Vera, Cory Sandhagen video. It's on the channel. Go watch my Chris Curtis video on the channel. Here's my Marlon Vera versus Cory Sandhagen video. I just posted the link in the chat. Don't forget to like the stream on your way out. I appreciate you guys for joining me. And I'll probably have a video out tomorrow. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But just keep an eye out on the channel. And I appreciate every single one of you, and good night.